Barang, barang, barang. Easy. Here we are again for our next podcast on MC Motivations. And today, the message, the podcast, whatever you want to call it, the last time, or the real club, man. I what if I pee and I read my putting up on a wall. But I must say, I really appreciate the reviews I got from that first and foremost because, I mean, you guys still got the message while laughing and being entertained. Big up mommy for commenting and saying she was mad, but see how it does go. Today is really about how do you come back from a mental defeat or when somebody break your spirit before the show even starts. Like this had to be good because Chelani was talking about like you don't break a creative spirit. I was talking about artists in different fields. Like you don't do that. But how do you come back from that? And you know, I have more stories to tell. So I remember a time I'd just finished Holy Cross College, 2016, I believe. And I went to work Tropical because I wanted to become an attorney. So I said, I had to go and pay for my own school. So I had to work in a restaurant. And long story short, all I know what Tropical is. It had one in Port of Spain, had one in the mall. I was one in the mall. Hairnet. And that hairnet was too much for me, boy. I still feel like, where's this boy? And you know, you put on hairnet, piece on you, pushing out. So instead of tuck it in and then you put on you put Tropical hat now. Yeah, so that was that. So I was working there and trying to make ends meet to pay for law school. Although, you know, that wasn't enough, but you still had to do what you had to do because you had to fight. You had to do your part and go do the rest. And one of these days, I was working on floors. So to all that dog girl was doing today, but that small thing, you know how it does go is the fighting. But anyways, we were I was on the floors. And I was cleaning up and there was a lady with her family there and her son was just making a real mess. And I was cleaning up after her son and then after it became really overbearing until I say, you could just watch me a little closer because we cleaning up and over time to close and thing. And that lady looked at me and said that's why you, yeah, hear what she tells me, eh? And I mean to say, it's a little difficult to still say it, but she said, you know why you're here? Because it's the only thing you'll ever be in life, a cleaner. So you have to clean up this.
What did you say?
And a mixture of hurt and pain rose up in me at the same time to respond, and I went straight in the back and I told my supervisor, I said, I can't deal with this. And like, I mean, you know, we'll say about, bro, that's just words. But here the backdrop to that. I had just received my results from failing the semester with 2, 4, 6, and 20. That was the marks.
I'll have to ask my accountant about that.
Out of 100. So when that lady come and tell me that, you know, it just was like a, you know how we just say a cherry on top? It was hard. And she probably, I don't know what she was going through, but she wanted to tell me that that's all I'll ever be. And I carried her. I literally carried it. And it took me a while to know how to recover from that way. And I'm sure you can relate to some situations where somebody was talking to you, they talk down to you as opposed to talk to you. And you felt like, how could they say that? And people don't know sometimes what you're going through, how fragile it could be at that state of mind. Because if you be real with yourself, you don't always be fragile. You know, you had this where you're up, where you're normal, and when you're like, nah, but I just can't handle nothing today. And that was one of my can't handle nothing today days. And looking back from that perspective now, I kind of give up. Like, I'm sure Jelani can relate, and you guys can relate to the fact that there's a conversation that happened to you before, and you're like, but I just drop up in the air because I don't do nothing right, and I say that is it there. But the twist to it is that you can't afford to do that. You know why? Because sometimes those who have only convo with you, they're also on a low place and they're fighting to go on top, and the best way to know to go on top is to trample upon you. We call it the crab in a barrel syndrome. To honor to feel like I'm on top, I must crush somebody else. And I mean, from that brief story there, it took me about 6 principles that I'll share with you today that I use to recover from that. And the first one was something called forbearance. Because when that scenario played in my mind, Because you and I both know when things happen like that, it's plain in your mind, random, like a man say I'm not good enough, boy, or she say I'm not good enough. You just hear it all the time. And forbearance, having that self-control to know that what they said, you can control that, but you can control yourself and know that if they speak that negativity upon your life, you have to speak positivity and trump that. And towards determination, because I had to tell myself, besides I was playing it 2 times, it would be 2, 4, 6 marks, something up to 20. I know I had to become an attorney. I wanted to become an attorney. And I'm sure some of us out there want to become the best photographer, the best artist, the best footballer. Like you want to become the best at whatever you believe you were called to do. And you should let that be one of the biggest force, like a driving force to guide on. You ever see like in a stadium where my artist tell you move to the left and move to the right. But this song that come out, I'm not feeling like going to work. And this song, I'm not feeling to go to work today. You want to talk about that song? Yeah. When people.
We can ask for
Oh, actually, it wasn't supposed to be any shoot. but it's very comfortable now, but so what I'll do now is just push it down a little bit, you know. But it's a nice slippers there, it's way to one thing. Yeah. They say, well, off track a little bit, the good thing about this podcast is that, like, we're not really editing anything like to make it seem perfect now. It's just as real as it comes, you know? So, with that, I was talking about before the shoes come out in terms of the 6 principles I used to come out from that mental defeat and that determination, because an artist is determined to move a crowd, to entertain, to ensure that the crowd could leave there saying, ah, boy, I remember that man and I remember that woman and she was amazing, he was amazing. That determination will get you past all obstacles. And next thing was perseverance, because perseverance means you have to not give up. Because you know somebody, or even yourself, you just with yourself, you have to go far. When you set your mind to do something, like life is just straight on you. I have a virgin, man just say when it rains, it pours. And when he said that, it's like, real thing was happening.
Don't lie, it's me.
Well, I can't really put up there.
So honestly, I remember, I think it was you and Natalia sitting in the car with me and Dee.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I just remember saying, bro, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to stop saying that, because every time I say that, something bad happens. And I call him back the next day and say, you see?
Yeah, I remember that.
And
True.
that, since that, I literally stopped saying that, because that is literally putting everything into the atmosphere to allow it
To happen. Yeah.
And power words.
And that's why perseverance like pushes you past the obstacles. So like I use that to tell myself, listen, the exam was the obstacle for me. That lady was an obstacle, yes. But the mere fact of knowing the words to use and to develop that kind of perseverance mindset to get through it and say nothing will stop me at this point in time. I will get it done. And then you have to have that is number 3. Number 4, you have a mastermind group. A group that will hold you accountable and help you meet the expectations that you have of yourself. And if you don't have that group, it's like you're on your own. But life wasn't meant to go through everything on your own. You have a team. And the team will say, well, all right, tell me what you want to achieve in this life. And they will help you. That's so powerful because, for instance, this shoot. I told Jelani that I believe that my purpose is to send good messages into the world today. Because, we highlight so much of negativities and too much of nonsense that I think that the airwave needs this. And he said, well, Michael, all right, cool, let's do a shoot. If I didn't tell him that, he would never offer me to do a shoot. Never. And there's the power of a team. You have other persons there who have the different skill sets. So that mastermind group now will tell you when you're in rubbish, when you're doing good, when you're doing okay, and then tell you, hey, time to kick into overdrive. And when you're down, they will know, because you're also connected. That if you probably going through something, you don't tell them, you're like, hey, Ah boy, we gotta pick you up. Let me go. We gotta get it done. We gotta move. And then number 5, you have to have a vision of yourself. You gotta see yourself there. Like when you blink for too long, you must see yourself become that person that you want to become. If you have a vision and where you're going, stop the car and sell it. Because you're wasting gas, you're wasting time. And the only thing worse than death is living a purposeless life. My friend said that. You have to know and feel like I am going to be in that position. So you're seeing it, like you're writing on your whiteboard, you're living it. Like you're smelling like the person who you want to be, and that's really important. And then lastly, that I use, and you can add on more. You see, prayer? Boy, oh boy, do play prayer. Because prayer is that direct communication with God. And sometimes when nobody else could reach you, the Father himself knows how to reach you because he had a key. Remember that he manufactured. He knows and sees all things. And to be quite honest with you, we sometimes run to prayer as the last resort, but that should be the first resort. Then everything should be a lifestyle. Because if you know I know a lot of numbers and I know the future, I sure I'll have real friends. Because everybody wants to know the future. God knows it, so I will talk to him all the time. To work in alignment with it. And basically, this episode is a simple one, but it's effective because you have to know what are your 6 things to help you push forward. And don't forget, this episode has been brought by the one and only Gen Productions. If you had to get your shoot done, if you capture any moment in your life from your newborn baby or your 10th born baby, from your graduation to your wedding, check them out because here's what. You find this set look good, there is them. The picture you're gonna see on Instagram next, that is them. And the picture you're gonna dream about, that is them too. Check them out on Facebook, on Instagram, call them up, because they're the best. Guys, thank you for tuning in. This is MC Motivation. Out and about. Barang, barang, barang. Easy.